Hello, welcome to our first video lesson. This video lesson we're going to talk about division with multi-digit divisors. Whenever we're doing video lessons, I'm going to ask you to write stuff down in your notebook. Today we have a guided note, so you need to make sure you fill in all this information in your guided note. Right, this is question number 1. An auditorium can seat 3,125 people. If there are 25 rows, how many seats are in each row? Your first step when you get a word problem like this, it's a really good idea to highlight the important information. So I'm going to highlight that there are 3,125 people, there are 25 rows, and that we're trying to find seats in each row. Okay, our next step is to figure out what we're supposed to do. Well, I told you this was about division, so we know we need to use division. Another thing is if you think about the problem, if there are 3,125 seats and 25 rows, we need to figure out how many seats there are. We're going to use division. We're going to divide 3,125 by 25. This may look really challenging because there's a 2-digit number out here as the divisor. 25 is a 2-digit number, so it might seem a little bit more challenging, but I'll show you how we do it. Its division process is just like normal. You think, can 25 go into 3? No. So we don't put anything up there. We move on to the next one. Can 25 go into 31? Yes, it can. How many times? Once. So I put the 1 up here, and then I multiply it down. With this 2-digit number out here, you can actually multiply just like normal. So I look, 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 2 is 2. And then I subtract them. Okay, can't take 1 minus 5. Can't do it, so I'm going to borrow from the 3. 11 minus 5 is 6, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Then I bring down this 2. Alright, how many times can 25 go into 62? If you're not sure, take a guess and then check it on the side over here. I'm going to guess about 2 times. 25 times 2, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And 50 is smaller than 62. Okay, well, can we put another 25 in there? Let's check. 25 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. It's 75. And because 75 is bigger than 62, we know we can't do it 3 times. We can only do it twice. So I'm going to put my 2 up here. And since we've already done the math over here, I don't need to do it again. 2 times 25 is 50. I'm going to subtract them. 2 minus 0 is 2. 6 minus 5 is 1, and I bring down that 5. Alright, we're back at this hard part again. How many times can 25 go into 125? Well, I know in my head that 25 times 4 is 100. 25, I'll write it down for you, times 4 is 100. So 125 is 1 more than that. So I know that 25 goes into 125 5 times. 5 times 25 is 125. I subtract it and get a remainder of 0. Awesome. We know that there are 125 seats in each row. What I need you to do now, because it's a word problem, in this class whenever you have a word problem, I'm going to ask for a word answer. So the question was asking how many seats are in each row. I'm going to say there are 125 seats in each row. And now I'm done the first question. If you're not feeling great about this question or you're not very confident about it, feel free to press pause and rewind and watch it again. Or raise your hand and ask me a question. I'm here to help. If you're totally okay with it, we're going to go on to the next one. This is question number 2. My 2 32 over here. And again, you need to write this down in your guided note, please. So we have 6,384 divided by 32. 6,384 divided by 32. All right. The first step is to figure out how many times 32 can go into 6. 32 cannot go into 6, so we move on to the next one. How many times can 32 go into 63? Well, 32 times 2 is 64. So 64 is bigger than 63, so 32 can only go into 63 once. 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. We're going to subtract them. 3 minus 2 is 1, 6 minus 3 is 3. And then we bring down this 8. Now we have to figure out how many times 32 goes into 318. This is why the 2-digit divisor part can get a little bit challenging. But just like we were doing before, I suggest you test it on the side. Make a guess. So I'm going to guess 32 times 10 would be 320. This number down here, 318, is really close to 320. So my guess is that 32 can go into 318 9 times. But let's check it out and see. 32 times 9. 2 times 9 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. So it seems like it's really small, but I think that's our right answer, because it's the number between 320, which is too big, and 32. I'll put my 9 up here. And then I'm not going to do it again because we just did it down here, so it's 288. 9 times 32. Then we're going to subtract it. 8 minus 8 is 0. 1 minus 8 we can't do, so we need to borrow from this 3. 11 minus 8 is 3. And 2 minus 2 is 0. Great. Now we're going to bring down this 4. Ooh. We don't need to do it all over again because we know that 304 is bigger than 288, but still smaller than 320. So 32 is going to go into 304 9 times. If you're ever not sure though, don't worry. I'm having a hard time writing that up there. Don't worry, you can still just do the multiplication again on this side. Yes, and check. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. We already did that. I didn't need to do it again. Alright, now we subtract. 4 minus 8 we can't do, so we need to borrow. If we go to the place value next to it, it's a 0. We can't use that, so we go further on to the 3 to borrow. Cross out the 3, put a 2. Then our 0 here becomes a 10. I like to do that so we can see it. Then we need to borrow from it, so we cross it out and put a 9. Then we have 14 minus 8, which is 6. 9 minus 8, which is 1, and 2 minus 2, which is 0. In this situation, don't worry about writing your answer as a decimal. You can just write that there's a remainder of 16. And that is my answer to this problem. 32 goes into 6,384 199 times with a remainder of 16. That's it for today's lesson. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and ask me, or feel free to watch parts of the video again. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.